Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough today, joined by Stephen Howson and William. We are in Red Square. Look at that for a backdrop. Great, isn't it? We're here in Red Square having a few pre-match drinks, and obviously we're doing our live stream from here. A little bit different, but I love it. Good news is Timbo Fosu-Mensah starts for Manchester United, as does Marcus Rashford. The full team is in. It's David De Gea, Varela, Blind, Marcus Rojo, Fosu-Mensah, Schneiderlin, Herrera continue in the centre of midfield with Martial, Mata, Memphis and Rashford up top through the middle. I am delighted with that. First things first, Fosu-Mensah makes his debut from the start. Earlier on in the season, I had a little feeling it was the era of Timbo, and to see him in the first team, delighted with that. What do you make of the team? What do you make of Rashford starting, Timothy Fosu starting? Let us know what you think.
Mate, that fella Varela is starting. I'm not sure how this is going to line up, actually, because you've got Blind, Rojo and Fosu-Mensah in there. Is he going to continue with Fosu-Mensah at left-back? I hope not. I hope he plays him in the middle, because he's got Igalo and Troy Deeney to deal with. Well, I've not actually seen the Watford team, but I'm assuming he's got Troy Deeney and Igalo to deal with. Physically, I would prefer him to be dealing with him than Blind. So maybe we'll see Blind or Rojo at left-back. Schneiderlin and Herrera, I'm happy with that. I wanted to see this sort of flourishing sort of partnership continue to grow.
It hasn't been perfect and it hasn't been amazing together, but they can build something there, and they were excellent against Arsenal.
It's showing signs of something, isn't it? That's what I want to see. But this forward four, mate, oh my days, oh my days. Rashford up front, which is happy days. I'm glad that he's playing because he absolutely 100% deserves to still be in the team. But he's brought back Marshall, and it looks like he's going to be on the right. And Memphis and Mata. What a forward four. That is some serious potential there.
Before I come to William, I think Mata's performances have gone under the radar a little bit because everyone has been talking about the youngsters coming through, and rightly so as well because they've done fantastically well. But I think Mata's performances over the last week, Shrewsbury, Midgetland, and then again against Arsenal, were perfect because he was one of the most experienced players on the pitch. And for him to put in a performance, 3 performances in a week, was fantastic. William, what do you make of that team, mate? Grab the mic and keep it close to your face.
That team, though. Mata, Memphis, Rashford and Martial. Mata captain. Say no more, my friends. Say no more. I really hope Rashford gets another brace and scores the 1,000th goal at Old Trafford. I really think I'm looking forward to see Fosu-Mensah and see what he's all about. And Herrera and Schneiderlin, again, that's unstoppable. I'm going to say that will be unstoppable. And De Gea just sick.
So that team, again, let's go through it again for everybody. That's De Gea net, Varela, Blind, Rojo, Fosu-Mensah making his start, Schneiderlin and Herrera, a forward four of Marshall, Mata, Memphis and Rashford. Safe to say I think we're going to absolutely go for it tonight. And then the bench, we've not spoke about the bench, but we've got Romero, McNair, Darmian, Riley, Lingard put on the bench. Joe Rothwell could be making his first appearance for us tonight. It's the first time he's appeared on the first team bench, and James Weir completes the rest of the bench. Now Rothwell, we did a little fact file on him if you want to go and check that out on the Facebook page and on the Twitter page. Yep, it's pinned at the top. Go and check that out about him. He's a really classy player. Now, I didn't think he'd get his chance because I thought we had so many number 10s at the club that I thought he was just going to be one of those unlucky players that doesn't really get a chance, but Louis van Gaal might be giving him his chance, and the way he's gone, I would expect him to at least get 30 seconds like James Weir got the other night. So, interesting to see what he does. But if you don't know anything about Joe Rothwell, classy player, smooth on the ball. I wouldn't have said blistering pace. He likes shooting from distance. He's got a good left foot. He's got a good right foot. He goes past people. He's just a real classic quality performer, and I'm really glad for him to get his opportunity. Spent 6 months on loan at Barnsley earlier in the season, but only got 3 appearances. Didn't manage to get on the score sheet. But the way debuts have been going for us this year, you wouldn't put it past him coming on and doing something, would you? So, again, there we go. Go for the team again. De Gea, Varela, Blind, Rojo, Fosu-Mensah, buzzing. Schneiderlin, Herrera, Mata, Martial, Memphis and Rashford. The pace up front. Talk to people about the pace.
That pace is fantastic. I'm looking for a big performance from Memphis today. I think we've seen him step up in recent weeks. Obviously against the likes of Shrewsbury, Midgetland, you expect performances against them. But recently he has done a lot better. Not only is he getting to showcase his skills and his ability to take on a fullback, but he's picking his passes and picking his shots at the right times at the right moments. And remember him getting battered after the Chelsea game for giving the ball away. Against Arsenal, he didn't make that mistake. He was in that corner, keeping strong, keeping the ball, and making the Arsenal fullbacks look like fairies. Will, we got some questions. I'll ask you the first one. Guys, can we get your questions in on the comments below, please? Will, how do you see this game going tonight? Is there anyone you fear from Watford?
No one. The only guy I would fear from Watford is Ibarbo. What a beast. I can't believe how much of a beast he is.
He's a Man United fan as well, so could he come here and grab a goal? What's your score prediction?
No, by the way, he's never getting past De Gea.
Careful what you say, please, Will.
Score prediction 6-0.
Oh my God.
Someone's got giddy with all the goals last week. Can I see the so they've got Igalo and Dini up top. Capue's fit. Watson, Abdi, Barami. Remember him from West Ham, maybe. Holebas, Britos, Prodi, Niam, and Gomez. Gomez has always looked like a shocking keeper to me, but he does well for them.
I'm not going to talk about Gomez, but yeah, I mean, they've played very good football this year, but they've tapered off a little bit of late. They're going 4-4-2 against that lineup. That suggests to me that this is going to be a high-scoring game, hopefully only at one end, though. I'm just thinking, how are they going to deal with the pace and the precision from Mata of our forward line? And I thought they might pack the midfield to try and counter that, but they're obviously trying to kick it off with 4-4-2 themselves. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this goes down, because I think playing 4 at the back with a flat 4 midfield with what we're going to offer and how we're going to attack them, they're obviously going to try and hit us on the break, and they've got 2 outlets that they can hit us on the break with. Nathan Ake's on the bench, and I think he's one of their best players. So this is going to be a tough game for them. I'm very confident.
Starting position. MUTV had him at centre half. Apparently, that's what someone's tweeted us, and also saying Ogden's saying is at centre half as well. But then we've got other people saying he's at left back. I do hope he's at centre half. I think he's got the physical presence and the ability to be able to handle someone like Dini and Igalo, regardless of how good they have been playing. Schneidlin and Herrera, big game for them again. Have we got any questions coming in? Why ain't no one sending any questions? Is there anyone watching? Apart from my mum. Anyone else watching at home?
I'm Mrs. McCullough.
Will, who's scoring first for United?
Rashford.
He's scoring again, yeah?
Pardon?
He's scoring again, yeah?
Scoring again. Actually, we need to make a chant about him. Has he got a chant?
I started the one at Welbeck. Shit Marcus Rashford one.
There's been some chants I've seen floating around Twitter that people are trying to get going, but they're just repurposing other chants. You say we got any questions? No questions yet? Oh, the comments aren't loading. Sorry, guys, there's no questions. Tweet Adam. Tweet Adam and we'll look at his Twitter feed and we'll reply. Yeah, we'll answer some of them during the game. But if there's any questions, tweet Adam and we'll reply to them. Just absolutely hammer him. So, what do you think, guys? Tweet Adam.
Stop saying tweet Adam. He's not going to say that anymore. Right, 8 o'clock kickoff tonight, so there's about 50 minutes to kickoff. That team, again, for you guys is as follows. David De Gea in goal. Then we got Blind, Rojo, Fosu Mensah, and, of course, Varea at the back. Schneidlin, Herrera, Martial, Mata, Memphis, and Marcus Rashford up top. On the bench, Sergio Romero, McNair, Darmian, Riley, Lingard, Rothwell and Weir. So despite the fact that Louis van Gaal said Chris Smalling was back in the squad, he's not in the first team matchday squad for the game today. I'm happy with that though, because I don't think we need to rush him back. Obviously we'd like to have defenders playing in defence, but Marcus Rojo's injury wasn't as bad as first feared. We've got an away trip against West Brom on Sunday. How important is 3 points today? Because I mean, if we win, City lose, we're level on points with them, although they've got a game in hand. 10 points off the top spot. Am I allowed to still say that one? And 10 games to go. So, realistically, we are still in with a sniff of top 4.
I've said all along that top 4 is still a possibility, and out of the 2, whether it's to try and win the Europa League or get in top four get the Champions League via finishing top four, I always want to go with the league. I think that's the safer, easier road to go down. It's such a lottery in the Europa League to try it, but I think we've just got to take it one game at a time, mate, really, because I think we can progress in all the competitions that we're in. Reading that team, technically we shouldn't be buzzing like we are, but because we know what we've got. I mean, if you look at it, you've got a young forward three, apart from Mata, haven't you, and relatively inexperienced. You've got a centre-half, probably, that's never started a game ever. You've got a right-back who's just spent most of his career in the reserves, either at United or Real Madrid. Why are we excited? We're excited because we know these lads are playing for the shirt and that they're exciting, hungry players. And from what we've seen from Marcus Rashford, how can you not be giddy?
Also, there seems to have been a little change. He's letting these kids play now. I think Dave mentioned in his review after the Arsenal game, if you haven't seen it, go check that out before the Watford game. But where he mentioned that we're kind of playing a 4-2-4 formation now. Schneiderlin and Herrera are there doing the work. And then the 4 players up top, they're allowed to play, playing with some freedom. Memphis looks like he's not scared to try things anymore. Martial, when he's in, is always beating guys. Rashford's been able to come in and play.
Who'd you mark?
I don't know.
For?
A lot of people would think, right, I got this skinny little lad called Rashford. I don't know who he is. I'm going to mark him. And then he goes and scores 2.
Who'd you mark? If you're going to go man for man, they've only got 4 at the back, right? So you're going to try and go man for man. Mata's going to be stepped off, so it'd be the 2 centre-halves trying to deal with Rashford. If they're going to press forward, which you would expect they're going to do with a 4-4-2, because you can't really play any other way with 4-4-2. So Marcus Rashford's going to find space in behind. I expect you're not going to... Oh, we got a question! Whoop, whoop! Question! Whoop, whoop! Can Martial have the same effect from the right? I would preferred it if Martial was on the left and Memphis was on the right, because I think that would suit them both a little bit better. But yeah, I think, of course he can. We've seen what he can do coming in from the left. I think he can do the exact same thing, and I wouldn't expect them all to be very rigid either. I think you're going to see them swap around a lot.
The best thing about Rashford has been, because physically, you wouldn't expect him to get into some of the positions and beat some of the players that he does. But his movement in between a fullback and a centre half, along the line, in behind, he's making all sorts of moves. So he's not always going to be down the middle. Sometimes he'll go into Martial's place. Martial can go through the middle. And
what Rashford does to an absolute T, and he's magic at it, is he's going to put the defence under pressure. Defence are not going to be able to sit with the ball, and they're not going to be able to build from the back. They're going to have to put it straight into midfield, where you're going to hope that our wingers are going to come back and our midfield's going to be able to take its part. That might be where they end up with more numbers than us, actually, because we are really only going to play with 2. But it's going to be interesting. Marcus Rashford is going to be putting the defence under pressure both ways, when they've got the ball and when we've got the ball. So it's going to be very interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of space.
How important is the result today? We're going to wrap it up shortly.
Well, the result is everything. It's so important because we are still in the fight, and that fight can pretty much be extinguished with 1 loss at the moment. As long as everyone else is dropping points and we start gaining points, then it looks like it's going to happen. But until we play City, we can't really afford to drop any points. Super important.
And we've got, after this game, West Brom away, Liverpool away in the Europa League, and then, is it Man City then? Is it?
West Ham, I think.
West Ham away? Something like that. But we've got some difficult fixtures on the way up. So yeah, going to go back to Will. I'm going to see if you're still sticking with his 6-0.
Yeah, 6-0 all the way.
Who's scoring the goals? Come on.
Rashford 2, Martial 3. And
you got 1 left now, remember?
1 left, Memphis.
Oh yeah, I think Memphis is going to score, but I think it's going to be 3-1 United.
Do you know what? I'm feeling very confident. I think 3-1's a decent shout, but I'm gonna stick in between the two of you really a bit. I'm gonna go 4-1 United. I think we're gonna see another performance full of heart like we saw against Arsenal, and I think we're gonna put a few goals past them today. I think it's gonna be a lot of space.
Right then, guys, we will be back after the game with, of course, the fan cams and reaction, live Periscope, all that stuff. So make sure you keep it locked. Check us out on Snapchat, FTDevils. Twitter, we'll have all the usual Matchday Max stuff and reaction from the crowd and all that. You know what we do. Anyway, keep it locked. See you later.